Wow. That looks so much better. God. Can't believe it. Definitely getting one of those Kärcher jet washers. Do a car with it too, of course. Oh, that reminds me. I was supposed to ring the detailing person today. I need a PA. Yeah, like that's gonna happen. Right, okay, let's get cracking. Ooh, yeah. You see that? How do I make it so you can see that? I'm not going to be able to do it, am I? It's a red sun because of ex-Hurricane Ophelia and the disruption that's causing. Time to head on out. We'll talk about Porsche a bit today. No, not just Porsche, actually. Because EV manufacturers kind of are very good at appearing to pay lip service to EVs. I call them EV manufacturers. They're not actually, they're car manufacturers. They have announcements, they have plans, they might even have concept vehicles. We'll talk about electrifying whole production lines. We're going to produce a range of electric cars. They really do a huge amount of stuff like this. The one thing they don't do, however, is actually sell any electric cars, which, when what you want to do is buy one, is really annoying. And of course most people actually are looking to buy a car from an automaker. I mean, that's just kind of why they exist. With the exception of Fiat, who I'm fairly confident are in actual fact a comedy company. Their principal job is having their CEO turn up and spout hilarious comments about how EVs can't make it, and they're not going to bother making any. Mind you, while we're on the subject, Toyota can be quite funny as well sometimes. I think the thing with other automakers that aren't basically Tesla, they've got other products to sell, so they're not really all that bothered whether EVs take off or they don't. You know, fine, if people want to buy EVs, they'll make them. Probably, maybe at some point, although honestly they'll try and leave it so late that hopefully you'll get a car with an engine, which I think is a terrible idea. And that's kind of the problem, really. Rather than embracing the opportunity that comes from making a better car, what they're really doing is just kind of trying to react to whatever their customers want, which sounds like a good idea. That's exactly what Nokia thought. Nokia were convinced that that was a good idea. They spent a very long time making feature phones and just simple mobile phones with enormous battery lives that were small and compact and all the features that people said they wanted. And then the iPhone came along and put them out of business because people didn't actually know what they wanted. And I think to some extent EVs are the same. People don't really know they want an EV until they've had one for a little bit. I've just had my lunch. Yeah, I know, not the best lunch I've ever had in my life, but you know, it was quick and easy and it fills this 10-minute slot quite nicely while I wait to go get Jasper. I got that from a petrol station because it's en route and it's quick and easy, and there wasn't really anywhere to park except for in front of the petrol pump, and I don't know why, I quite like that somehow. Who knows? So I pull up, and before I get out the car, a great big stinking Land Rover pulls up behind me. And the guy gets out, and you can tell he's sort of having a bit of a look at the car. Oh, what's that in front? Oh, don't know what that is, kind of thing. I don't use any petrol, of course. I just go straight into the shop, buy my sandwich, and a drink. I've already got a coffee, but I can't say no to Yazoo's. Then I come back out. He's still standing there with the nozzle stuck in the back of his car and a smell of diesel saturating the air. Ugh, disgusting. And I just get in my car and drive off. I've got absolutely no need to fill up at all. I filled up this morning. I actually filled up after I got home from dropping Jasper at school in the first place. So it's much easier, substantially better. The only time it's not substantially better is on a really, really long trip, and even then it's actually nicer and more relaxing for you as a driver to take regular breaks anyway. So, there you go. Good example. Doesn't know he really needs one, but he does. And as soon as he gets one, he will realise that that's what he needs. So, yeah. Take governments, there's another one. Oh, governments, they're a pain, aren't they? So, quite a few governments now have announced that they are going to ban new petrol and diesel cars by 2040. Well, 2040 is like 22 and a half years from now. They can't even tell me if planes will be able to take off and land from the UK in less than 18 months. But they think they can tell me what's going to happen in the auto industry in 22 years' time. Nuts. I mean, it's good that they've announced the intention to shift from petrol and diesel to a non-fossil fuel based source of automotive energy, but it's not, it's basically just hot air, isn't it? And that's the thing, all these companies and governments are really good at hot air and nothing like as good at actually making concrete plans. So you've got this Oxford zero emission zone they're planning. That's a concrete plan. That can start to have an effect straight away. I mean, cars aren't great in the middle of cities anyway, so, banning 3/4 of them is not going to be any kind of an issue in a lot of people's minds, even the ones with petrol and diesel engines. They'll be a bit grumpy that, the guy with the EV can go in there. They might think about getting an EV next so they can too, but equally, they do kind of know that actually it's not a great idea to drive your 4x4 through the middle of a city. Ooh, wind's really picking up. This is the Hurricane, ex-Hurricane. I'm going to finish my coffee and go get Jasper. Did you see the red sun, Jasper?
Yeah.
Were you good at school? Okay, that's good. Can you see it all the way over there? It isn't really the right lens to show you how dramatic it looks. But it is dramatic. It's this whole talk is cheap thing that is one of the main reasons why I give Tesla so much credit, both for what they're doing and, for example, if they don't necessarily make the car as reliable from a sort of little things build quality point of view as I'd like, I'm not too bothered, because what I do know about Tesla is that they are 100% invested in moving to zero emission vehicles in a way that no other automaker is. Although, actually, that reminds me, Smart is going to be a EV only company. They are phasing out anything that doesn't run on a battery across the whole world. What weird light we've had today. Quite interesting really, and caused by this hurricane thingamajiggy. Although many people will probably claim that it's not directly related to climate change, it kind of is really. I mean, hurricanes are created principally by warm water, warm seas and oceans. And guess what we've got more of now? Warm seas and oceans. Which means they're going to get more and more common. And we've not really had the actual hurricane bit over here. We just got the sort of dust that was pulled in this direction. Obviously they did get quite a lot of that in Ireland and in the west of the UK as well, and Scotland. So hopefully that's not going to have done too much damage. It is blowing outside, certainly blowing more than it was yesterday. I'm going to say goodnight now, I think, because this is kind of my catch-up blog post, I guess you could say, following on from the weekend. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, remember to like it, share it and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next instalment of my daily vlog. Bye. Unfortunately, Smart sell rather unique city cars. They don't exactly have a versatile lineup, shall we say. But still, I suppose it's good. At least they'll be properly invested in the concept of electric vehicles. Not sure what their R&D budget is though. I think they don't they ride along on the shirt tails of Mercedes?